Welcome on into today's show.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Hope you guys having a great day. It's beautiful here outside the studio. It was like 80 degrees.
It's a nice day out.
Breeze. Did you go out today?
I did. I had to go to college.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Would have been a good day to picnic. I went by the park out by where I work, and there's a vendor that sells hot dogs, like in the park.
Mm-hmm.
Like the good hot dogs.
Ah.
And there was like tons and tons of people there, and I thought, I'll just go by and get one. But I was so busy, I didn't have time. I skipped it. So I ended up skipping lunch today. It would have been a perfect day to have a hot dog. Unfortunately, it's not National Hot Dog Day, is it?
It's not, no.
Yeah, so I don't feel bad about not getting one. Although now I wish I had. I'm hungry.
Well, there's always dinner.
Is there a national food today?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
Okay, well then I'm not violating any terms of endearment.
Hold on, let's pull it up. Let's have a look.
Terp endearment. Give a shout out to another TV viewer. Thanks for watching. I don't know if you pronounce your name G-A-B-C or G-I-A-B-C.
Oh, it is. There's a food.
And also give a shout out to Hoss00312. Thanks for watching the show. We got some good news coming up here shortly. So,
there's a food today.
What is the National Food Day?
I don't know how to say that. I know how to say the first one because it's American. I don't know how to say that one.
National Steak au Povier Day. Povier.
I have no idea.
No Basically, clue. Steak Day.
It's French. That's all I know.
It's Steak Day. Steak Day.
It's French Steak Day. It looks like it's watermelon. Do you see that? It's got watermelon with it. Steak with watermelon.
I think the watermelons are just for looks. You know, kind of like when you put the lime on the end of the cup. It's not meant to actually go in the cup. People do.
Yeah.
But it's only there for decoration. It's like the little umbrella. You're not supposed to eat the little umbrella. It's just there for looks.
I have found my favorite day, though, today. Today is National Buy a Priest a Beer Day. I wish I was joking.
Wow.
It's on the list.
Wow.
It's on the list.
I like how it's your favorite day, and I don't know if you can legally buy one yet, can you?
And then right above that, Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorders Awareness Day.
Yeah, see, I feel like you shouldn't be doing that and then buying a priest at the same time.
As long as you're not baptizing the kids in alcohol, right?
Good to see you again, yeah.
As long as you're not baptizing the kids in alcohol.
So, speaking of young kids really like teddy bears, and I'm pretty sure it's like National Teddy Bear Day.
Yes.
Today is National Teddy Bear Day.
Yes.
Celebrate it by
correct
having a teddy bear, hugging your teddy bear, or being a teddy bear for some people. Yeah, I need to gain a little bit more weight where I got that nice squishy teddy bear.
I just thought of someone wearing a giant bear suit.
Have you seen those where they're on YouTube and they cut out that backside and someone hides inside there and then freaks the snot out of somebody?
Mm-hmm.
I saw the one where the girl's there and she's kicking the leg, and the guy's playing his like PlayStation or Xbox, and he looks, and then he looks back, and then like something moves again, and he looks, and he goes over when the gets out, freaks out. We should do a video. I don't want to like violate terms of service by showing something that is copyrighted or something, but pretty cool. National School Picture Day.
School Picture Day. I haven't had one of those in almost a year.
A whole year.
Coming up on it.
Wait, they don't do school pictures where college. It's not like a school picture thing.
They don't care about us.
They just make sure they care about whether or not your check clears.
Exactly. That's it.
So today's National School Picture Day, but today was also the first day of college for one of our viewers, Sophia.
Yikes, I'm so sorry for you.
Sophia Angels. Hopefully you had a great first day of college. If you watch the show or you catch us afterwards, go ahead and send us a message on Discord, and we look forward to hearing how your first day was.
I'm coming up on the end of week 4 of college, and it's a yikes.
Okay, so some Sam's in college, and she had a picture taken for an ID.
Nah, we don't get those.
So her school doesn't care about them either.
And I don't need a picture taken for an ID. I don't go to school anymore. All my classes are online.
See, now that's convenient. I thought you said you had to leave to go to school.
I had to leave to go meet with an academic advisor to talk about my scholarships and whatnot.
Okay. Okay.
This is a nice one that my mother would appreciate.
Okay.
My mother, when she was younger, loved Sudoku. She had a machine, a little Game Boy knockoff type deal that only played Sudoku.
Okay.
It's International Sudoku Day.
That's like a lot of math.
Yeah, I know. I never beat a single level of Sudoku.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, and you just have to get that number out to the number 10 or something, right? Or count to 10? Or...
All I know is there's boxes, and you have to fill each box with a specific number, and it has to line up with numbers in other boxes diagonally and across and going vertically.
Nah, I think I'll just play Destiny or something.
Yeah, I'd rather
yeah. Okay. Anything else you got?
Well, speaking of teddy bears.
Speaking of teddy bears.
It's Care Bear Day.
Care Bears.
Care Bears Day. That was the dumbest movies I ever watched as like a 9-year-old.
Let's do the Care Bear countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Gonna get DMCA'd somehow for that.
Okay.
Somehow.
So I never liked the Care Bears a long time ago.
I thought they were stupid.
But I love the Cloud Car, which is kind of cool because the guy in the book that I'm reading right now literally has a cloud palace house. It changes shape, and like when he walks around and he wants a chair, the cloud makes a chair, and he just falls into it, or the bed, or whatever.
How old are the Care Bears?
Well, okay, so the point I was trying to get to was I didn't like the Care Bears. I liked the Care Bear car.
Yeah.
And I liked the Care Bear cousins. My favorite was the lion guy.
Yeah, no, the Care Bear cousins were infinitely better than the Care Bears.
Yeah. But if I had a choice between the Care Bears and the Gummy Bears, it's the Gummy Bears. I like the Gummy Bears. I probably would go back and watch it, and I'll be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I watched this.
Okay, so...
Losing brain cells faster than playing Sudoku. You know what? I'm having a hard time.
Sudoku. 3 syllables. Ooh, oh, ooh. Sudoku.
I was trying to get all of the vowels in there.
It's just Japanese.
Yeah.
That's it, just Sudoku.
Yeah, I think the Japanese should just stick with anime.
They don't even get that right sometimes.
Okay, so now an anime Care Bear with swords and mechs and such. Oh yeah, that would be cool.
That's just the Powerpuff Girls. haven't you seen?
Yes. Pew pew pew.
So
wait, is that a Japanese?
So you American viewers, I'm sure you some of you grew up with the Powerpuff Girls. You know, they're just nubs for arms and feet and whatnot. The Powerpuff Girls was originally a Japanese anime, in which they were full-fledged people wielding magical staves and whatnot.
And we ruined that?
Pretty much. We took adaptations of it.
Oh! I feel so cheated now.
Well, I think I have a photo of it.
Yeah. So,
yeah, so it was called Powerpuff Girls Z.
And that's an anime thing. I have to look this up.
It was that.
Wow.
It was that. It came out. I actually think we might have had the Powerpuff Girls first, because Powerpuff Girls Z came out in 2006.
And they made it better.
Pretty much.
I got it. See. So we had the Care Bears. If they make it better, I'm fine with that.
Did you know that the original voice? You know who Charles Martinet is, right?
Yeah.
The voice of Mario.
Yeah. Originally,
Before Charles Martinet did voices for Mario, they had a voice in Japan for Mario, and Mario sounds like a preteen girl.
So, did you see the Mario Brothers live action show?
The Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
And you could tell they were green screening, and they're doing the running. Yeah. And
that was such a bad show.
That guy was not healthy.
Ron Jeremy, right? Was that his name?
That was him?
I think the guy who did Super Mario Brothers Super Show was Ron Jeremy.
See the guy's face, and he's just very animated. So anyway, let's go to the.
It was something.
good news part of the show. I'm super excited about the very first article that we have. So some of you guys watching this, we've been doing this show for like, what, over a year now, right? It's for sure over a year.
We started in May of last year.
Okay. So year and some change. And a while back, I actually think it was one of the first episodes we did, I think.
I think it was like, what, like episode 6?
I don't remember exactly, but
Episode 6 or 7?
we had a girl on the show, or she wasn't on the show, but
We had an article
we show pictures
of said girl.
Yeah, who met her dream drummer. Well, here, let me just get in this. On Zoom.
On Zoom. Yep.
One of the Foo Fighters. And so this last week, she finally made it on stage with them. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, so here's a picture.
Simply because I don't watch many music things.
I don't watch them. Okay, so 11-year-old girl drummer Nandy Bushnell finally joins the Foo Fighters on stage, which they promised her. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
She's like, it happened. I would be like that.
Why did you say that with an L? It happened.
I was trying to do that Mario, the original Mario voice. I can't do a 12-year-old girl. I'm sorry. I have too much bass. Too much bass. Nandy Bushnell wrote on her YouTube video shot by her dad, which tallied 1.1 million views this week. In her grunge flannel shirt, the 11-year-old drummer took the stage at the Los Angeles Forum to finally meet her rock star idol in person and play alongside David Grohl and his world-renowned Foo Fighters. It happened at, over several weeks. They went back and forth with dueling videos. And in September, Grohl, a Grammy Award-winning singer, drummer, and guitarist, penned a song just for Nandy, the Wonder Kid, who also plays guitar and bass. The video is incredible, with Dave's daughters, hereby known as the Grohlettes, joining him as backup singers. On August 26th, near the end of the California show, Dave introduced the girl who had initiated their drum off by playing her cover version of the Foo Fighters hit Everlong. Now it was time to join the big boys playing that song for the encore. The crowd began chanting, Nandy, Nandy. I'm not going to do that.
Nandy, Nandy, Nandy.
It was epic, she wrote on her Twitter page. Her dad, John, who was screaming for joy throughout the video from the side of the stage, was truly living the Everlong lyrics as he was hearing them. I feel like, when you're trying to capture your kid, right?
Yep.
But all you can hear is yourself screaming.
Yeah, you just hear yourself screaming.
Okay, if you're going to interrupt the video that badly, just go ahead and put yourself in the selfie. That way your face is most of the screen, and then you got a little bit of Nandy over here doing her thing.
Yeah, you're like...
Yeah, and then you're screaming wildly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and I wonder if everything could feel this real forever, if anything could ever be this good again.
Yeah, dude, everything is this great again. I'm getting views on YouTube. Feels great.
Yeah. 1.1 million. I don't
Definitely
know
not.
right now,
Definitely not. I hit 2,500, but I'm not at 1.5 million yet. No.
If you guys have ever run into your idol or one of your idols, shoot us a message. We'd like to put it up on the show. Either one of us, you can reach us on Discord.
Yeah, no, we see.
But have you ever met someone you really, really, really wanted to meet? And
yeah, I see myself in the mirror every day.
Hey, good.
Exactly. That's exactly. Since my mirror faces my bed, when I sit up in bed, the first thing I see is myself. I'm like, "How you doing? What's going on?" Pretty much, yeah. Then.
Okay.
If you don't love yourself, how can anyone else love you? That's how it works.
Can't do it. So, this tiny home village in Albuquerque helps homeless transition with social services and opportunities.
How
Look at those.
How do you spell a town like that? And then also pronounce, and I'll say, oh, it's called Albuquerque. ALBUQUERQUE.
Okay.
Albuquerque.
Now, here's the thing. I finally pronounced one right.
You did.
And you stopped the thing on my train. So, So I hope that didn't just jinx it for the rest of the
Because
thing.
I will always stop Albuquerque because it doesn't line up for a single. The only thing that lines up is AL.
AL.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, well, anyway, in battling against the American homeless epidemic, it pays to think outside the box. The tiny home village in Albuquerque isn't just a place for someone to sleep out of the weather. It's an occupational therapy project that helps the homeless reconnect with values and responsibility. Set up to cultivate a strong community, the power of routine, and a sense of pride in oneself and surroundings, the tiny home village, known as THV, because I don't know.
What's the one that what THX?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the tiny home village hopes that its residents will be better prepared for when they finally get off the street. The county of Bernalillo,
See, this is why you can't have something named
See.
Albuquerque.
Bernalillo.
I'm thinking it might be Bernalillo.
I think the two L's are like a Y sound, like
Bernalillo.
Bernalillo. Yeah, Bernalillo, New Mexico, secured a 30-year lease on a property owned by the Albuquerque Indian Center to build a walled and gated community of about 30 tiny houses that has doors which lock and climate control to give residents a strong enough sense of security and permanence that they could begin to really turn their life around.
They literally made a tiny, rich community. A tiny, rich, gated community.
A tiny, rich, poor people gated community. A gated community for poor people. It's a gated community for poor people.
Yep, the only walls are paywalls.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Albuquerque looked at a similar project in Oregon, the Opportunity Village, Eugene, which was established back in 2013 as a model for how to encourage self-governance among the villagers, allowing them to decide among themselves how the village is to be run day by day. Here's another picture. What it looks like inside there.
I could do that.
Yeah, the two look very similar. Inside the compound, there are 30 houses painted different colors, though all featuring the same layout: a desk, 2 chairs, bed, closet, and stoop.
So here's a question. How do they get food?
Well, stuff you get food.
I know, but like if they're homeless, they got no money, how do they get food?
Well, it's like here. You can go stand in line at the food pantry.
Fair enough.
You just have to stand in line. But I mean, if you're hungry, you'll stand in line. I would. Yeah. Well, anyway, as the center of the THV, there is a village house where residents can cook, do laundry, watch television, socialize, use the internet, and access a library. We're trying to give the villagers some tools that would stand them in a really good stead once they do move out. Elise Beal, the resource manager for the Albuquerque THV, told Christian Science Monitor. Beal would add that already the theory is working and the community is taking ownership as daily chores as well as holding each other accountable. They're house proud, really getting upset about seeing a counter not wiped, a cigarette butt somewhere. The THV is a welcome replacement for the previous homeless enclave, Tent City, which sprang up near a railroad in downtown, which became so big that the people there began to chalk addresses of their tents on the street. THV is not meant to be a place of refuge, and the doors aren't just open to anyone. Prospective residents must sign up for a $30 a month utility fee, as well as tests clean of any hard drugs. They must be sober for at least 10 days prior to the date of entry, and must be willing and able to participate in village life, which will require them to do chores like de-weeding in the communal vegetable garden, cleaning bathrooms, and more. Perhaps these reasons THV is not yet full, but the managers are hopeful, believing such a community must be more than just a roof over someone's head, and instead somewhere a person can make friends and gain the physical, spiritual, financial, and occupational strength to ensure that by the time they rejoin society, they are there to stay. So, you find hard times, you're trying to find a job, you're trying to, you know what I mean? So I know someone, I guess, I don't know if I should say this out loud or not. So I know someone who fell on hard times like a long while ago. They're not anymore. But anyway, They were living on the streets, literally living on the street. And the bad thing about living on the street is like there's no protection or safety or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're laying on the street. You're not even protected from the elements. And what happens if you're sound asleep? Someone robs you, and or you get mugged, or whatever. So this person that I know, whose name I'm not going to say, literally found this building that he could climb on top of, and was sleeping on this flat roof. There was like bed and like
Yeah.
I mean I never actually visited there, but I know where it is. And it's just kind of like a rough place that you're just looking for something. So someplace like this, $30 a month, you move in, you get utilities, you know what I mean? You have electricity and stuff. That's a nice little place.
It's not
You know
bad.
what I mean? And you have to just de-weed a garden that you get to actually eat out of,
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Super cool.
It's something.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you a tiny house person?
I think I could do a tiny house.
I mean, you can buy a home for, what is the average house around here going for? Like $300,000 or something?
Something like that.
$250,000, $300,000. You buy a house, and you have a 30-year mortgage. If you pay it off in 30 years and you don't like put money into it, you're spending what, $1,500 a month or more, $1,800 a month in just your mortgage and insurance
Yep.
for basically the rest of your life. I mean, 30 years, the
Yep.
rest of your life. Okay? If you don't borrow against it at any time during that.
Yep.
A tiny home cost, a couple of months worth of that mortgage, and it's done, it's paid off, and you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the rest of your time, instead of like paying to heat and cool a giant huge house that you have to heat and cool, clean, maintain, all that stuff, it's like, if you had to buy a new roof, it's like, what, $10,000?
Something like that.
Okay, a roof on a tiny home costs what? $300.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You do it yourself.
Yeah.
So it just seems like a good idea. I mean,
Generally doesn't seem like a bad idea.
yeah, I could do it. I could do it. It's kind of like a very, very, very sturdy cardboard box.
That's exactly what
with
it is.
utilities.
Yep.
With utilities.
There's a cardboard box with plumbing.
So anyway, my next article, because I was trying to get like an animal in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the deaf dog or no?
I hear about a lot of deaf dogs.
I feel like so many dogs in the neighborhood. There's sometimes when I'm trying to sleep that I wish I was. Yeah, put some earplugs in.
You know what my favorite animal is?
Yeah.
Def leopard.
I saw this funny meme because the dog is going nuts. Everybody who has a dog knows there's those times when the dog's in the window barking wildly at something outside.
Yep, that's how it works.
And the meme was like the dog was speaking English. Maybe you saw it. And the dog's at the window and he goes, "You're not going to believe this. The neighbor just pulled up in his own car, pulled into his own driveway, and walked into his own house."
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Never
it
believe
has
it.
nothing to do with you at all. They're not even in our yard, and the dog's going nuts because somebody walked down the street or
Yep.
something. Singing Doo-Wah Diddy. So anyway, next article was about a dog. Firefighters finally reached this deaf dog that was trapped in a storm drain after 10 hours.
How you get in a storm drain in the first place?
10 hours.
How you get stuck in a storm drain?
I feel bad for the dog because, like during the storms the other day, your dogs were nuts, and you can at least soothe them. You know, you're like, "Oh, it's okay."
Yeah.
You talk to them and you can kind of calm them down a little bit. Anyway, this article starts with, if you judge a city's heart, I'll get there.
You'll get there.
By how much they're willing to go the extra mile, even for its non-human citizens, Arlington, in Texas, recently proved that things really are bigger in the Lone Star State. When Zoe, a 15-year-old deaf lab mix, wandered away from her home, practically the whole community turned out to help find her. I had put on Nextdoor app, "We're missing our dog," and people were like, "Here's my number, call me and I will come help you find her." Dog mom Andrea Tankersley told WFAA. The difficult part is she's deaf. Dog dad Brennan Tankersley added, so we're calling out to her, of course, knowing it's not going to do any good, but you can't help it. Searchers reported hearing dog sounds but were unable to figure out where they were coming from. 2 days later, city worker crews homing in on her echoing barks located Zoe trapped in a muddy storm drain under a city street. A water department camera was set up to monitor Zoe's condition in the tunnel, and her Herculean effort, coordinated by Arlington's fire department, police, paramedics, and city workers, was quickly mounted to free the trapped canine. Using jackhammers, pneumatic saws, and heavy equipment, crews worked tirelessly in extreme heat conditions to break up the pavement and dig down to the concrete drainpipe below. Throughout the excavation, neighbors supplied workers with food and beverages to keep them going. Nearly 10 hours later, a section of the top of the culvert was lifted away to reveal the watery channel. Once they had access, rescuers still had to come up with a way to get Zoe safely out of the confined tunnel space. When one firefighter posed the idea of rolling her out on a skateboard, a kindergartner named Hunter volunteered his board for the cause. The skateboard, autographed by the fire and police personnel who helped out in the rescue, is set to be presented back to the little boy with a big thank you from everyone involved. At 11 hours and counting, rescuers finally pulled Zoe from the concrete pipe to cheers and applause from an elated crowd of onlookers. The pooped pooch was passed bucket brigade style up to the street, where waiting emergency workers assessed her and then reunited her with the Tankerleys and their kids. Amazingly, although she was scuffed up and understandably distressed, Zoe suffered no major ill effects from her ordeal, and after getting an all clear from the vet, is happy to be back home. It has been amazing. Police Officer Christy Wheel, who was on the scene, told WFAA. Everyone has been so helpful. There have been cheers of joy and tears when Zoe was rescued. I love seeing the community turn out and cheer a successful end to this for a family who have their beloved pet return to them at the end of the day. Pets are like family members.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my oldest, lost a family pet. And it jumped out the window. It was raining outside. And I went outside in the rain, calling for this thing for hours and hours. Yeah. I'm thankful that the city didn't have to close down major sections and cut up a giant chunk of the street or something.
What was it?
It was a cat. But you go looking for, you can't sleep. You have like a dog that's an older dog. Imagine your dog like was outside on the leash and somehow like the collar broke off, you know what I mean? You would be out like, of course you guys have lost your dogs too.
Yeah, I know. I've gone sprinting through neighbors' yards and down and halfway across town chasing after that fat dog.
I had a guy that I knew who had a very big dog, bulldog. It was solid muscle. And the dog ran down the road, and every time it saw, like, other dogs that were barking at it, it would run and jump at the fences and knock the door open with its weight, and it freed a lot of the other dogs in the neighborhood. And they were just running around, like, having a great time, just, like, playing and carrying on. But, yeah, his dog was, like, jailbreaking all these other ones.
See, like, my dog, at this point, well, at least the older one. The older one will be easy to catch, because he's old, he's fat, he has bad legs. He's not running very far.
Yeah, no.
I will find him probably laying down in the grass in a neighbor's yard 4 houses over.
Or maybe in your own yard.
It's possible.
So, speaking of solid, not like a bulldog, I guess I don't know if I should transition using that particular phrase.
Yeah.
This 100-year-old grandma sets Guinness World Record as a powerlifter and continues winning trophies.
Yeah?
Have you seen this lady?
No.
Reaching the age of 100
Mm-hmm.
in good health and good spirits is an accomplishment in its own right. But training to take home your next weightlifting trophy truly takes the cake. At the age of 98 and 94 days, great-great-grandmother Edith Murway, Training already had a Guinness World Record as the oldest female competitive powerlifter under her belt, and she successfully deadlifted 150 pounds to do it. Training a story win will be featured in the Guinness World Records 2022 edition. As a former dance instructor and performer, physical fitness was always a way of life for the Bronx-born Florida transplant. But considering she took up weightlifting a scant 9 years ago, the progress Training has made is truly impressive, especially since discovering her newfound avocation was pretty much a happy accident. Training was tagging along with pal Carmen Gutworth, who cajoled her into accompanying her to the gym to try out some new exercises. She didn't want to go by herself, Murway Trainia told the New York Post. She dragged me kicking and screaming all the way. So that's more or less how I got there. I saw all these other ladies lifting weights, and it looked interesting. I picked up a couple of weights and had to prove to myself that I could accomplish this. While Gutworth disputes her friend's version of the events, you can't drag Edith anywhere, she jokingly told GWR. Edith kept going because she always keeps going. She will not quit, and anything that's hard, that makes her more determined. If it's easy, she might get bored, but if it's hard, she's going to do it. Nobody's going to tell her, oh, that's too hard for me. Once she got started, Training turned out to be a natural. Soon enough, she was on the team, competing in senior events, and bringing home accolades and awards. When you pull a bar up and you lift it, there's a certain power that you experience that is only yours. It belongs to you, she told the Post. Training admits that, harking back to her days as an entertainer, a great deal of her motivation has to do with how much she enjoys being in the limelight and the positive feedback she's received. She says that every time she'd compete, she'd get applause. And every time she'd get applause, she'd get a little bit happier. At the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, Trainia's doctor sent her to the sidelines, but she returned to the gym as soon as she got the green light. She's now back in training with Coach Bill Beakley, working hard to make up for the lost time and get back in shape for an upcoming November competition, which she hopes to bring home yet another Winner's Cup to add to her collection. Trainia also appreciates that her current notoriety largely has to do with her advanced age, but as long as she can be a positive role model who blows the sweet little old lady stereotype out of the water, she's good with that. I think in my 90s, I became more aware of the need for people to be recognized for who they are, or what they are, or how they are, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world, she told GWR. I think I survive on that mostly myself. 100 years old.
100 years old.
100 years old. 100 years old. I'm pretty sure that when I'm 100 years old, I'm just going to play golf on the Xbox.
And so should you be able to lift a golf club at that point, bud?
On the Xbox. On the Xbox.
The Xbox.
Not the Wii.
No, not the Wii. Not Wii Sports Golf.
No, that's too much
where you
work.
can just drop the remote and it'll flick your golf ball a billion miles away.
Like power up. Okay, go. Boom.
Yeah, but how do you know that you'll even have the strength more to mash A?
I will.
Yeah.
And I will have the strength to throw the controller when I don't get the right score either.
Yeah, and you'll have the monetary funds to buy a new TV.
Not only that, but I'm going to have that old man syndrome too. So my next article is kind of cool. There was a video, which I should probably get there, but
probably should.
These adorable footage shows a family of ducks being ushered out of the library after they waddled off the street.
Nice.
Waddled in off the street, sorry. So
why are they ushering them out of the library, though?
I'm going to put this in.
They, not pay their
if you want to see, yeah. If you want to see the video, you can watch it there at that link. So, adorable footage shows the moment a family of ducks checked out of a university library after they waddled in off the street. The mother, and her five ducklings, stunned staff and students when they wandered in through an open door at the University of Nottingham's George Green Library.
George Green.
I can't believe I got through Albuquerque and all the other things, and I messed up mother.
Yep.
I mean, there was some like really big words I got through there.
You're slowly getting more and more complex.
Literally messed up mother.
First, it was Sudoku. Now you're a little more complex in mother.
Yeah.
And next, I don't know. It'll be Bolognese or something.
Okay. So Emma Halford Busby from the University of Nottingham Library said it had been very hot that week, so we had left our doors open for some extra air movement. The ducks came in and walked around our atrium for a while, Mom in front and ducklings in a line behind. Mom was totally calm and unflustered. After they apparently checked out the range of books on the shelves, you often come across ducks in seemingly odd places around campus, but that was definitely the oddest place I've seen them. It did bring some excitement into an otherwise peaceful evening. Video footage shows the bird family heading under the security barrier as they... Video footage shows the bird family ducking under the security barrier as they eventually made their exit back to their pond. Emma says that they walked towards our other entrance. One of our staff gently ushered them through the gate and back outside. Commenting on social media, the student noted that this is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Have you seen the Twitch video? The girl with the rabbit? That's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
No.
I can't show that to you. I can't tell it to you on here, but
we'll
this is the first.
So anyway, you can watch it. It's kind of cool. Ducks in a library. It's kind of like a little bit more relaxed than snakes on a plane, right?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely done. You don't have Sam Jackson yelling at you.
I can't believe I didn't think of the pun before this. No? You know what I mean? But I had to slip it in there, and I'm thankful that I did. That was a good one. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, fun story. So now this article was actually sent in. So last week we talked about, I'll let you tell everybody. Last week we were talking about...
Oh, I got to tell about this?
Well, you can bring us up to speed. You were here.
Right, what was it?
Dance club.
SWG3.
I believe so.
Southwest, what was the place? What was the place that it was in? It started with a G.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like Glensdale.
Glensdale.
I don't know what place it is. It's in Europe.
Gulio.
It's in Europe, so I automatically don't care.
Golf. Gilmore Girls.
The worst part is I thought of Gilgamesh, and that's not it either. I don't know where the place is.
Gandalf 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so SW3.
So, a club that we were reading about is installed a new system that will heat and cool the building throughout the year using the body heat of its patrons.
Dancers, yeah. Come in.
If you want to call them that.
Buy your drinks, and we're going to steal your body.
I've seen club goers. Very few of those people are dancers.
I've heard a lot of people talk about the energy on the dance floor, and they literally took the energy from the dance floor.
Just so you know, Gandalf has some energy on the dance floor.
So anyway, during this article, I was saying, like, what I would do is just put little pressure sensors under the floor.
Exactly.
Well, someone Googled it and sent me this article. When walked on, these wooden floor harvest enough energy to turn on a light bulb. Researchers from Switzerland, not to be confused with Southwest Gandalf, are tapping into an unexpected energy source right under our feet, wooden floorings. Their nano generator enables wood to generate enough from our footfalls. They also improve the wood used in their nano generator with a combination of a silicone coating and embedding nanocrystals, resulting in a device that was 80 times more efficient enough to power LED light bulbs and small electronics. The team behind the transforming wood into a nano generator by sandwiching two pieces of functionalized wood between electrodes. Like a shirt clinging sock fresh out of the dryer, the wood pieces become electrically charged through periodic contact and separations when stepped on, a phenomenon called triboelectric effect. Triboelectric effect. The electrons can transfer from one object to another, generating electricity. However, there's one problem with making a nano generator out of wood. Wood is basically triboneutral, says senior author. This is one that I told you I should have looked up.
Guido
Panzarasa.
Panzarasa. Guido Panzarasa.
We're going to go with that. Group leader in the professorship of wood materials science. It means that wood has no real tendency to acquire or to lose electrons. This limits the material's ability to generate electricity. So the challenge is making wood so that it is able to attract and lose electrons, Panzarasa explains. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay. To boost wood's triboelectric properties, the scientists coated one piece of the wood with polydimethylsiloxane, known as PDMS, a silicone that gains electrons upon contact, while functionalizing the other piece of wood in insta-grown nanocrystals called zeolithic imatizodolite framework 8, also known as ZIF8. Anyway, ZIF8, a hybrid network of metal ions and organic molecules, has a higher tendency to lose electrons. There are also tested different types of wood to determine whether certain species or the direction in which the wood is cut could influence its triboelectric properties by serving as a better scaffold for the coating. The researchers found that a triboelectric nanogenerator made with radically cut spruce, a common wood for construction in Europe, performed the best. Together, the treatments boosted the triboelectric nanogenerator's performance. It generated 80 times more electricity than natural wood. The device's electricity output was also stable under steady forces for up to 1,500 cycles. The researchers found that a wood floor prototype with a surface area slightly smaller than a piece of paper can produce enough energy to drive household LED lamps and small electric devices, such as calculators. They successfully lit up a light bulb with the prototype when a human adult walked on it, turning footsteps into electricity. Our focus was to demonstrate the possibility of modifying wood with relatively environmentally friendly procedures. That's hard. Relatively environmentally friendly procedures to make it triboelectric, says Panzarasa. Spruce is cheap and available and has favorably mechanical properties. The functionalization approach is quite simple and it can be scalable on an industrial level. It's only a matter of engineering. Besides being efficient, sustainable, and scalable, the newly developed nanogenerator also preserves the features that make the wood useful for interior design, including its mechanical robustness and warm colors. Basically, they're looking to produce this on a large scale. It's going to be sustainable and a lot of potential there. So imagine combining that with the dancing people.
Do you know how impressive it would be if you brought your friends over to your house, never been there before, it's all dark when you open the door, you step on the floor, and a light turns on, and as you walk, the lights turn on down the hallway with you.
That'd be kind of cool.
Because that's exactly how this works.
I was thinking, and I used this example last time, Saturday Night Fever, when he's walking by.
Yeah.
So here's what I would do. Because here's the next evolution of this technology. Since I already guessed this one, The next evolution of this technology is this. You install robot articulating laser pointers in the ceiling. You buy 15 cats. And when you start running out of power, you just have the laser going back and forth. And the cats just keep running back and forth. Boom! Let's microwave us some TV dinners.
Yeah, the cats have to weigh enough to trigger the thing.
Okay, well, fat cats then.
Fat cats.
This is America.
Fat cats don't run.
They're
Get a
fat.
dog. Get a dog. Get a ball shooter. Have it angled so it shoots the ball all the way, and it rolls in like this little catcher that just sends it back to the thing. It'll present the ball. Dog will run back over, and then it'll shoot the ball again, and the dog will go.
You just need that, or let the kids play inside for a change.
And you never have to walk your dog. Your dog will get all the exercise it ever needs.
I love it. So this is kind of cool too. Whoops. I don't know if I got a picture. No.
That's definitely not the.
I don't have a picture, so that's exciting. So I saw this article. How much time we got? Yeah, 15 minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah, we got 12 minutes. You're fine. You're fine. I'm all set.
Maybe let's skip this one then. It's long, but it's kind of cool. I just liked it. We'll honorably mention it if we run out of time.
All right.
Okay. Okay, let's skip this one too. We'll work our way backwards. Okay, so my next article. So we had what was the last hurricane that went through? What was it called?
Ida, something. It was IDA.
Ida,
I think. I think it was Ida.
It's Ida. You know what?
No.
I don't feel so bad.
I don't know. Yosemite. Where you are from me?
I don't know. You know what? Your mother's.
Yes, you couldn't say mother earlier. I don't want to hear about it.
Your mother's gonna be really bad or upset with you. Good thing she's not watching, right? Okay, so Ida came through. I couldn't remember the name of the hurricane, and caused a great deal of damage down in New Orleans, which basically happens all the time. Like Louisiana gets pelted time and time again. So in hurricane-stricken New Orleans, a solar microgrid kept the lights on in this apartment building for low-income vets. I don't know if you saw this article or not, but I just like the way the technology looks from here. It's very appealing to me for some reason. I don't know why. It is.
It's very black and blue.
It's very high-techy. I don't know. And it's probably just like a dumpy-looking building everywhere else. But anyway, another hurricane, another power outage. In the state of Louisiana, one apartment complex is keeping the lights on, a beacon of hope in New Orleans. St. Peter Residential, which opened 1 month before the pandemic began, built in that emergency functionality using an 8-hour solar battery and a panel array on its roof, and kept the units running after Hurricane Ida made landfall. And there's the name. Nice, Matthew. Nice. At $7.4 million, the 45,000 square foot building is the first net zero emissions apartment complex in the state, meaning it offsets or removes as much power as it generates on site, designing a calming oasis intent on building community in a dense urban environment. The 50-unit mixed income living spaces are served by a microgrid of 450 solar panels that generate electricity on demand and stored excess power in a battery located in the parking lot. Don't know what just happened.
It looks like it's trying to say community.
Yeah. Anyway, the microgrid has now seen 3 storms: Hurricane Zeta, which took out power in the area last October, Winter Storm Uri, which resulted in the same thing, and now Hurricane Ida. Lauren Avioli is the Director of Housing Development for the nonprofit SBP, which oversaw the funding and construction of St. Peter. SBP, named after St. Bernard Project, was founded by Zach Rosenberg and Liz McCartney after the couple, now married, volunteered in the St. Bernard Parish following the devastation wrought by Hurricane Katrina. Since then, SBP has rebuilt homes for more than 2,000 families and hired Dumez Ripple as the architect to design this innovative complex that provides residents with extremely low energy bills. It's not just post-disaster emergency power, Avioli told Fast Company magazine. It's also helping people at the property save money on a blue sky day because we can use some of the energy that's being generated by the solar panels to run the building. It doesn't work all the time, however. For example, on Tuesday when the power went off, it was cloudy and the system couldn't deliver as much electricity as the building managers would have hoped for. It doesn't work all the time. The St. Peter project is now a shining example of how developers and cities can commit to helping find solutions to eradicating both poverty and climate change emissions that are exacerbating such storms. So, I don't know. I really want a solar panel.
Yeah.
I like a solar panel.
Really want a solar panel.
I want a solar panel. But so here, if you have solar panels, you can install them on your house and you can get money back from, your local electricity company.
Because you can pay the country, you can pay the company in the electricity, the extra electricity you have.
So the good thing is, at the end of the month, you can get cash back off your bill or whatever for the electricity that you're feeding into the line.
Yeah.
But the bad news is, if you lose power, it doesn't matter if you have solar panels, you lose power.
Yep.
So the company wires it in such a way that if the grid goes down, you lose power too, even though there's electricity there.
Yep.
And the reason is, like you had a tree come down here. The tree came down, knocked out the line. So if your house starts generating its own electricity, ComEd can shut off the power. But when they're plugging it back in, if the line is now live because you're feeding energy back into the system, they don't want that. Yes, they would like it to go down too. So now if you're not feeding energy back into the system, you can just pull a switch and your house is back on power.
Yep.
That's the good and the bad. You can have backup power in the event of emergency, flipping a switch, or you can get money back. It's your choice. Your choice, people. Your choice. Or, if you're smart, you can just hook up your essentials that you have to have directly to the electricity, like your air conditioner.
Yep.
And refrigerator and stuff like that, and everything else powered off the solar panels. Yeah, unless you run out of power right in the middle of your stream or something, like what happened to us yesterday.
Yeah, that'd be a bummer.
Yeah. So I found this blog, but I don't want to read this. Okay, so here's my next one. I like this article. Although I see the picture is pretty rough looking there.
Well, it is a motion capture picture.
It is a motion capture picture. So this boat plane hybrid needs no runway, could transform travel from LA to San Diego, Boston to New York.
Mm-hmm.
The future of travel is bold with a boat plane hybrid set to transform short distance ferry services. From the Virgin Hyperloop to HAV carbon-free dirigibles to self-driving cars, and now this Regent Sea Glider is an electric transport plane that can do 180 miles per hour or around 6 times the speed of a ferry and with double the range of electric aircraft, but with half the manufacturing costs. All these pros are down to its unique design as essentially a trio of vehicles in one, which the company believes will seize control of the market for short flights, ferry routes such as LA to Santa Barbara or San Francisco or New York to Boston, with maybe Washington, D.C. thrown in there as well. When loading and offloading passengers, the Sea Glider rests on the sea like a normal seaplane or boat. When operating within the crowded waters of a port, the Sea Glider deploys its hydrofoils, matching its impressive propulsion with the maneuverability of foils below. Once on the open sea, the foils are withdrawn, and it takes to the aspects of a wing-in-ground effect vehicle, a design invented all the way back to the 1960s that uses high speeds to hover just above the surface of the water. And I had a video I think I have here. I'll put up here in a second. So far, Regent's founder have raised almost $10 million from investors which have included Mark Cuban and Peter Thiel. Oops. There's a better shot. Yeah. The wing and ground effect vehicles are actually considered boats and subject to maritime rather than aviation laws. In this way, the Sea Glider can skirt around current technology limitations of battery-powered electric motors and offer truly zero-emissions transport. The company imagines that the battery advances currently being pursued should raise the range of the Sea Glider to 500 miles from 180 miles in the not-too-distant future. The company has received statements of intent worth $465 million and have acquired the sponsored dollars of operators Brittany Ferries, Goombay Air, and Split Express, and expect to have a quarter-size prototype by the end of this year and a full-size prototype in operation in 2023. So just a couple years down the road.
Not too far away.
Faster than my new show is going to come out on Netflix, I'm sure, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a couple minutes left. My next article, I don't have a thing for, but you can kind of help me out with this one because I got a list at the bottom. So during the whole COVID thing, you started taking to the gym too, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. Gym, do exercises at home.
So they took a poll and they said that 8 in 10 Americans have taken steps to improve their health since the pandemic started.
Nifty.
Does that sound like a right number to you? I mean, you started going to the gym because you had people going to the gym
Yeah.
too, yeah?
I see definitely less people at the gym now than I did when I was going during high school.
I started walking about like 5 miles a night. And like I see more and more and more and more people like walking on the streets,
Yeah.
Not because they're vagabonds or homeless, but because it looks like they're trying to do something good for themselves.
Possible.
Yeah. That's no good. What do I do? Click on them?
Yep. There you go. All right. Haven't had one of those in a while.
I know. We're getting popular.
Seems like it.
So, anyway, 8 in 10 Americans believe their health is a work in progress, and many have been taking steps to improve their lifestyle. According to a new survey of 13,000 people in 24 countries, including 2,000 in the U.S., this feeling isn't unique to Americans. 82% of people globally felt the same compared to 84% of Americans, and 89% of all the respondents are currently taking steps to improve their health. 8 in 10 Americans believe their health is a work. What is my problem?
It looks like it's copied twice.
See, I try to move stuff around, and sometimes when I put it all in there and then I copy and paste it somewhere else, I mess it up. Okay, so respondents revealed they started their journey to be healthier by exercising more, cooking and eating more nutritious foods, or downloading a fitness app. So we've been cooking. We've been like making stuff like last week we did like all kinds of fruits and lighter type meals and stuff like that. So we've been
doing stuff.
Mostly doing good until we broke out the fudgy brownies last night.
That was on you.
It was, but I walked to go get them. Yeah. A couple years ago when I wasn't worried about it, I just drove down there and got it. It feels kind of, I don't know, like you walk to get the brownies.
But hypocritical?
It's either you're being conscientious about it or you're being, it's like an oxymoron. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I added more calories than I burnt walking, but whatever. Anyway, purchasing less junk food, beginning to take walks during their lunch break, and taking vitamins or supplements were other first step respondents took or planned to take to support their health. The survey delved further into vitamins and supplements and found them to be a priority for most respondents across the globe. When asked about how their health goals have changed during the pandemic, half said they're more focused on eating healthier, including supplementing their diet with vitamins and minerals. And of those who currently take vitamins or supplements, results revealed the average respondent spends about $286 every year. I think I spend more.
Possible.
Yeah. On coffee. Does Starbucks count as like vitamins?
No. Certainly not.
Well, I consider it my vitamin morning routine. And sometimes a middle of the day routine, and I get a little bit more vitamins in the evening too sometimes. Anyway, Americans were slightly above that at an average of 304 per year. Okay, now I'm right on. Now I'm right on. Be it exercising, healthy cooking, or including more vitamins and supplements to your routine, for many, the pandemic has provided an opportunity to improve health habits overall, says Dr. Kent Bradley, Chief Health and Nutrition Officer at Herbalife Nutrition. Consistency is key when one commits to a healthy lifestyle. But while many respondents plan to incorporate more vitamins and supplements into their diet, only 69 said they feel knowledgeable about the health benefits those can offer. 30% of respondents said they are most likely to get information about vitamins and supplements from internet searches, media and social media, followed by consulting with their doctor, which was 27%. Regardless of where they currently get information, 77% would like to know more about the nutritional benefits of different vitamins and supplements to support their health. Being well informed about the proper use as well as benefits of nutritional supplements is critical, and supplements can enhance every wellness journey, says Brian Womack, Senior Vice President of the Council for Responsible Nutrition. Did you know there was such a thing? The Council for Responsible Nutrition.
That sounds stupid.
Yeah, I feel like, what do they do? Like, do you feel like as part of your council membership, when you're walking around, you see people pulling up into the McDonald's, you're like, you're not being responsible with your health.
I don't know. They create the food pyramid. Is that
I
how they
think that would
did?
be like the Food and Drug Administration or something, you know?
I don't know.
So, anyway,
Because like the food pyramid is all about the types of grains and whatnot, and dairies and everything you need to eat.
so I'll let you do the list. This is what are the first steps respondents are taking to improve their health.
Let's see. Start exercising more. Yeah, you can start cooking or eating healthier foods. You can download a fitness app. You can stop purchasing as much junk food. You can start taking walks during your lunch break. You can begin taking vitamins or supplements. You can start taking the stairs instead of an elevator. You can reevaluate your diet. You can start a more regular sleep schedule, or you can download an app to help track what you eat.
I got nervous like on several of those things that you said, like a more regular sleep cycle. Oh no. And then I do take the stairs.
Yeah, start a more regular sleep schedule.
Snacks and just pop brownies last night.
Yeah. I'm just stuck on that bottom one. Start a more regular sleep schedule, said by the dude who went to bed at 5 a.m. this morning.
Right. So, what improvements have respondents seen in their health over the course of the past year?
Well, let's see. 32% of people can run or exercise longer without feeling winded. 27% have more energy throughout the day. 29% have fewer cravings for sugars or sweets. 29% also have gone down a size or a notch on their belt. 21% feel stronger and more in shape. 16% are more likely to choose to participate in healthy activities. 17% are more flexible. 23% have had aches and pains go away, and 20% can lift more and for longer.
Like 100-year-old lady.
Like a 100-year-old lady.
Like a 100-year-old lady.
Yep.
She's somebody's mother. So, people are seeing results.
People seeing results.
Yeah. So, I have a weight that I've been, like, in between.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be, personally, like, in between, like, 175. I usually keep around, like, 175 to 178 or so, somewhere in there. And, like, I started walking. I started, like, skipping the snacks, you know what I mean? Drinking more water instead of pop. And, like, I went below my 175 threshold. And, like, I'm down to, like, the 172, and I'm, like, aiming for 170. Like, this is a good number. It's a good number to be at.
I've been stuck at 190 ever since I started going to the gym a year ago.
Yeah. So, and I know it's gone up and down because, like, you end up trading. Like, I lost weight and size. Lost a lot of size. But then you start, like, gaining weight, and it's not like you're losing. It's not that you're gaining fat. you're gaining muscle, by
That's
doing
my
extra
issue.
walking and everything. Yeah, so even though your pants and everything are getting like smaller, you're still gaining weight, but it's not bad weight. So it's kind of like a catch-22 to be in. But
Definitely.
anyway, we're really sorry about those that came to watch us yesterday. We were having some internet problem with our internet provider, and so we had a rough start, we had a rough go, and then completely lost internet there for a
Yep,
while.
we lost everything.
Yeah, so we do invite you back next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central to watch us slap Bowser around the screen,
Pretty much.
or watch him slap us around the screen.
It's not happening.
However you want to do. I like just beating people with my little paintbrush.
It's very funny to watch you hit Bowser in the kneecaps. Yep.
Also next week, Thursday, 4 p.m. Central, we'll be back for some more good news. You can write us, like us, comment, whatever. Join the chat at Discord. Anything you got to say before we go?
Get a good sleep schedule.
Get a good sleep schedule and make good choices. And we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.